Hello and welcome back to West Brom Fan TV. Match week 9 of predictions. We're back again. Wrexham taking on Birmingham City. Wrexham midweek, 1-1 draw with Leicester. Blues midweek, 2-2 draw with Sheffield Wed. Phil Parkinson's on a thin ice. A lot of people are saying. I don't think he personally is doing an awful job, but obviously though, with the money that Wrexham are chucking about, the owner's going to expect to be right up there. And they're not in the top half, I don't think. They're around like lower mid-table. Not doing bad, really, considering it's the first season in the Championship for a while. Taking on a side, though, which have similar ambitions, really, and are in a similar predicament. So this is quite an interesting game, as well as the fact last season it was the big American dingo dollar challenge, whatever you want to bloody call it. Crazy game. Blues drawing against Sheffield Wed. They were very lucky. 90 plus 10, I think they scored. Damari Gray. Two sides that are slightly underperforming based off expectations at the start of the season. There'll definitely be goals in this from what I've seen of both sides. They've both got pretty leaky defences. Wrexham 3, Birmingham City 2. Next up is the start of the Saturday games, the 12:30 kickoffs. Blackburn taking on Stoke is the first of the three. Blackburn look pretty shot, to be fair. I don't think Ishmael has a clue, to be honest. And it's not looking too good for them, really. Well, taking on a Stoke side that have been impressive. Got a draw in midweek against Middlesbrough, which is a solid point against top of the league. Not many teams are going to go to the Riverside and take anything off them this season from how they've been looking early on. Quite a defensively sound side. I do think Blackburn will somehow get something out of this. I don't know why. I just think that Stoke's bubble's bound to burst at some point. Yeah, I'm going for Blackburn 1, Stoke City 1 in this one. Next up, Hull taking on Sheffield United. Big comeback for Hull from Hull in midweek. McBurney, I think he bagged twice. And Sheffield United, obviously with Chrissy Wilder, new manager bounce and all this. The bubble's burst already from the looks of it, losing to Southampton. And I think he's going to be on the sidelines for this one because I think he booted a ball at the fans, which pretty nuts, really. I think Sheffield United get back to winning ways. Obviously, it's interesting. Also with McBurney playing for Sheffield United again, as he used to play for Sheffield United. Hull 0, Sheffield United 1. Next up, Sheffield Wed taking on Cov. Now, rumours that there's going to be a big pitch invasion at this game. They're going to try and get the game abandoned. So, yeah, Sheffield Wed have held a solid account of himself. Good point against Blues. It'd probably be quite good that they did win it. Ziri, take a look at yourself. You're killing a great club with some fantastic supporters. Yeah, the players are still fighting. Fair play to them, considering they're getting paid either niche or not what they're supposed to be paid. They're playing pretty solid, I think. They're taking on a Coventry City side, who are the Dogs. The Dogs Bees, if you know what I'm saying. They are a good side. Absolutely fantastic. Frankie Lampard knows what he's doing. They've got so much quality in that side. They can score tons of goals. I mean, it's a very, very hard task to go away to Millwall and win and keep a clean sheet. Never mind go and spank them 4-0. I mean, it says it all, really. They've got so much quality, so much pace. I'm so impressed with them, to be honest. As much as I'm not too fond of Cov, with a lot of my mates supporting them. Sheffield Wed 0, Coventry City 3. Next up, Bristol City taking on QPR. I think it's the first of the 3 o'clocks. Yeah, we're on to the 3 o'clocks now. Bristol have been all right. Taking on a QPR side. But yeah, tough place to go, Ashton Gate. I think QPR will struggle here. From what I've seen of them in the last couple of games, I think it'll be a tough one for them here. I'm going Bristol City 3, QPR 1. Next up, Derby County taking on Southampton. Derby have been really bad, to be fair. And of course, their only win was against West Bromwich Albion. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, I watched the first half of their game against Charlton, and they looked really poor. Team they're taking on, Southampton, got back to winning ways, but they haven't been world beaters either. Pressure's mounting on Will still. With the quality they have, the money they've spent, players they've brought in, should be doing a lot better than they are, but they're not. So, yes, saying that, I think that from watching Derby, I just can't see them beating Southampton. Derby 0, Southampton 2. Next up is a trip to the Den as Millwall take on my beloved Baggies. Now, Millwall in midweek, obviously I mentioned they got thrashed by the best team in the league at the moment, Coventry City. Yes, one of them. It's a tough one to take, but, you know, they're facing the Albion and they tend to do quite well against us, what I've realised. They kind of got our number. We do tend to cack it a bit in front of their fans. I know it's going to be a horrible battle of a game. We've got to really be up for, mentally prepared for, because it's going to be an absolute cauldron inside that stadium. Looking back on our performance midweek, we played pretty dire, to be fair. Got saved by Griffiths with some outstanding saves, crazy stuff. Manager obviously on the score sheet is great to see, finally making amends after that terrible miss against Leicester. A vital goal which got us 3 points in the end. Millwall won, West Bromwich Albion won. Next up is Portsmouth taking on Middlesbrough. Can't lie, I did see the Portsmouth result. They drew 2-2 to Watford. Very, very poor Watford side. So nothing spectacular really for them. Middlesbrough drawing 0-0 with Stoke. Nothing spectacular for them either. I do have a feeling that Middlesbrough's bubble will burst at some point, and I think this might be the game. Going for Portsmouth 2, Middlesbrough 1. Next up, Preston North End taking on Charlton. Preston North End have had a fairly impressive start to the season, being up there in the top half, hard to beat under Heckingbottom. Doing pretty well. Charlton as well, same thing goes for them. They've been very good. If they'd have won midweek, I think they'd have been right up in a playoff place. They'd have been above West Brom. Preston North End 0, Charlton 0. Next up is Swansea City taking on Leicester. Swansea have been, well, not the greatest, have they? Obviously, they won against Blackburn, but Blackburn are a wounded animal at this moment in time with not a lot of quality. And they're taking on a Leicester side that I feel are quite similar, really, in their performances. Expectations are a lot higher there, obviously. Still don't know about that points deduction. Is it going to happen? I don't have a clue. They drew, obviously, midweek against Wrexham, which isn't the worst thing in the world. They drew against Albion. Swansea 1, Leicester City 1. Next up, Watford taking on Oxford United. Watford have been all right. They're turning against the manager, though, which I'm a bit confused about. Surely give the man a chance. It's like a merry-go-round. You don't need the fans turning into the bloody owners, sacking managers here and there, because it's only going to result in one thing, and that will be relegation. Let's touch on Oxford, under Gary Rowett. They're down there. Picked up some big points against some big clubs. For Watford 0, Oxford 0. Next up is the final game of the week, the Sunday afternoon clash between Ipswich and Norwich in the East Anglia derby at Portman Road. Ipswich have been nowhere near where people expected them to be. They've been slowly picking up more points, but they've not been world beaters at all, have they? Everyone expected them to absolutely pee this league and tear it to shreds, but they've been pretty average, really. Norwich, poor, been very poor. I think they did have the chances to beat West Brom midweek. Didn't put them away, though, and it's a real sucker punch to lose 5 home games in a row. They've got a solid couple of attackers. I think now's the time you've got to give it Joe Van McCarmer a chance up front for the Canaries. I mean, I know it's a big game to chuck him into, but he's been performing pretty well with his physicality. I think he could cause some real problems for Ipswich. A tough one to call. Obviously, it's a derby, so you've got to take that into account. I think they will both cancel each other out. It'll be very boring. Ipswich 1, Norwich 1. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Appreciate all the support in the comments. You're all brilliant. We love you. And yeah, I'll be Albion coming you baggies. Bash.